Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Autocar India Quick News. Before we get started, allow us to remind you to please subscribe to our channel if you're yet to do it, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all our uploads. Now let's take a look at some of the latest developments in the automotive world of India. After revealing the model last week, Hyundai has now officially launched the Grand Nios at a starting price of 5.69 lakh rupees. The fully loaded Aster AMT version comes in at 8.47 lakh rupees. In essence, the Grand Nios undercuts its chief rival, the Maruti Suzuki Swift, by a few thousand rupees across the range. As before, the Grand Nios is available with an 83 horsepower 1.2-litre petrol engine offered with manual and AMT gearboxes. And there's a CNG derivative on offer as well with a manual gearbox. However, Hyundai has dropped the turbo variant with the update. The Grand Nios have been given subtle changes in terms of exterior styling. The facelift brings the Grand Nios with a new front bumper with an enlarged grille, new tri-arrow-shaped LED DRLs and side intakes, and a new set of 15-inch alloy wheels. At the rear, the hatchback now gets new LED taillights which are connected by a light bar. The interior, on the other hand, is where Hyundai has given the Grand Nios some much-needed upgrades. The hatchback now gets new upholstery for the seats, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, a revised instrument cluster, and new lighting for the footwell. In terms of tech upgrades, the Grand Nios is equipped with features such as automatic headlamps, Type-C USB ports, cruise control, and a tire pressure monitoring system. Safety kits include 4 airbags as standard, with higher-spec versions getting 6 airbags, ESC and ISOFIX anchorages, and a day or night rear-view mirror. We'll be driving the updated Grand Nios soon, so stay tuned for our review. If you're in the market for an EV, there's a new model that should be on your radar. Mahindra has launched the XUV400 electric SUV for an introductory price of 15.99 lakh rupees. The XUV400 is offered in 3 variants. The base EC variant starts from 15.99 lakh rupees, and the top-end EL variant is priced at 18.99 lakh rupees. Pricing is competitive by Nexon EV standards, but we'll get to that in a bit. An important point to remember is that these prices are introductory and is only applicable for the first 5,000 units. So if you are interested, you must act fast. Bookings for the XUV400 begins on the 26th of January. The base 34.5 kWh battery pack gives a claimed range of 375 km, while the 39.4 kWh battery has a range of 456 km on a single charge on the Indian driving cycle. Both battery packs power the front axle-mounted electric motor. This motor produces 150 horsepower and 310 Nm of torque. Mahindra claims the XUV400 can sprint from 0 to 100 km an hour in 8.3 seconds and will go on to achieve a top speed of 150 km an hour. The XUV400 can be charged from 0 to 80% within 50 minutes using a 50 kW DC fast charger. Additionally, using a 7.2 kW charger, the electric SUV can also be charged from 0 to 100% in 6.5 hours. The 3.3 kW AC charger, on the other hand, would take 13 hours to do the same. And finally, in terms of safety and other features, the top-spec variant gets a 7-inch touchscreen with Mahindra's Adreno X software, a single-pane sunroof, and connected car technology with over-the-air updates. It also gets up to 6 airbags, disc brakes on all 4 wheels, an IP67 rating for the battery pack, and ISOFIX anchorages as safety kit. Jay had driven the XUV400 back in September, so please check out that video if you want to know more. Almost in response to the XUV400's arrival, Tata Motors has announced price cuts for the Nexon EV and also introduced a new trim in the Max lineup. The XUV400's price tops off at 18.99 lakh rupees, and now, thanks to the price cut, so does the Nexon EV Maxes. To paint a clear picture, here is the list of the prices. Prices for the Nexon EV have come down by 50,000 rupees for the base trim, while the fully loaded EV Max XZ Plus Lux variant sees a price drop of 85,000 rupees. Tata says the prices of the Nexon EV have been reduced on account of the government's PLI or Production Linked Incentive Scheme. However, Nexon EV prices were also raised only recently. Tata Motors has also updated the Nexon EV Max to enhance range. The EV Max is now rated with a range of 453 km on the MIDC cycle. This is 16 km more than the previously claimed range of 437 km and is also almost on par with the 456 km claimed range of the XUV400. This has been made possible via a software update. Existing owners of the Nexon EV Max will also benefit from this updated range that will be made available to them via software update from February 15th. Tata has also added an entry XM trim to the Nexon EV Max range. Priced at 16.49 lakh rupees, the XM trim is pretty well loaded with features like an electronic parking brake, automatic climate control, ESP, projector headlamps with LED DRLs, push-button start, digital TFT instrument cluster, connected car tech, and rear disc brakes. Deliveries for the new EV Max XM variant will commence from April of 2023. Citroen has also taken the wraps of the EC3, the electric version of the C3 hatchback. Visually, the electric hatchback looks nearly identical to the petrol-powered C3. Distinguishing elements include a charging port on the front fenders and the absence of a tailpipe. The interior gets a slightly revised center console, where the manual gear lever has been replaced by a new drive controller. Citroen has equipped the EC3 with a 29.2 kWh battery pack that delivers an ARAI certified range of 320 km. Charging options include a 3.3 kW onboard AC charger, and there's DC fast charge capability too, with 10 to 80% charge possible in 57 minutes. The battery pack powers a front axle mounted electric motor that produces 57 horsepower and 143 Nm of peak torque. These are down on the Tiago EV's numbers. The EC3 does get two driving modes, Eco and Standard, and also gets regenerative braking. Citroen says that the EC3 can do 0 to 60 km an hour in 6.8 seconds and has a top speed of 107 km an hour. The EC3 will also be offered in two variants, Live and Feel. With Feel being the highest spec variant, it gets goodies like a 10.2-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 4-speaker audio system, and height adjustable driver seats. The EC3 also features connected car tech with My Citroen Connect app that lets you check the car's charging status, its location, and navigation to the nearest charging station. As far as safety features go, it gets dual airbags and ABS with EBD. Sadly, a rear wiper and power adjust for the wing mirrors are features absent on the EC3. Citroen is offering a 7-year or 1.4 lakh kilometer warranty on the battery pack, a 5-year or 1 lakh kilometer warranty on the electric motor, and a 3-year or 1.25 lakh kilometer warranty on the car itself. Jay has got his hands on the EC3, so check out his video on our channel to see what he thinks of it. BMW has launched the facelifted X7 in India, with prices starting from 1.22 crore rupees for the xDrive 40i petrol and 1.25 crore rupees for the xDrive 40D diesel version. Both versions get the M Sport package as standard. The facelift gives the X7 a reworked front end that includes a split LED headlight setup and a cascade lighting element integrated within the kidney grills similar to the electric i7 sedan and the 7 Series. Other exterior highlights of the facelifted X7 include the LED DRLs near the bonnet line, silver trim on the front and rear bumpers, 20-inch alloy wheels as standard, and the chrome strip that connects the reprofiled LED taillights. The interior of the X7 has also been updated with a reworked instrument cluster that features slim air vents and a new selector lever. The X7 facelift also gets BMW's latest curved infotainment screen, similar to the one seen on the iX, the new 3 Series Grand Limousine, and the i4. This new infotainment screen comprises of a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a 14.9-inch touchscreen running the latest iDrive 8 software. When it comes to features, the X7 gets a 14-color ambient light bar, 4-zone automatic climate control, a panoramic sunroof, head-up display, ventilated and heated front seats, a voice assistant system, and updated ADAS tech. The facelifted BMW X7 is offered with an updated version of the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder petrol and diesel engines. Thanks to the 48-volt mild hybrid system, the new petrol engine produces an extra 41 horsepower and 70 Nm over the outgoing one for a total output of 381 horsepower and 520 Nm of torque. This propels a luxury SUV from 0 to 100 km an hour in a claimed 5.8 seconds. The diesel engine with the mild hybrid tech now produces 340 horsepower and 700 Nm, which is 75 horsepower and 80 Nm more than the outgoing model. The diesel version of the SUV can accelerate from 0 to 100 km in a claimed 5.9 seconds. Along with the xDrive all-wheel drive system, the facelifted X7 also gets adaptive air suspension and electronically controlled dampers as standard. Even further up the price ladder, Bentley has launched the Bentayga extended wheelbase in India, priced from 6 crore rupees ex-showroom. The Bentayga EWB's wheelbase is longer by 180mm, with all the added space concentrated for the rear seat passenger compartment. And it's got its share of wow features. The Bentayga EWB, in its airline seat specification, comes with a new kind of climate seat which senses an occupant's body temperature and surface humidity and adjusts the ambient temperature and airflow accordingly. Furthermore, it also gets postural adjustments, which makes minor adjustments to the occupant's seating position and pressure points to maximize comfort. The back seats recline by up to 40 degrees, and the front seats can be extended forward for even more space. The Bentayga EWB also gets deployable footrests and heated and cooled rear armrests. The list of luxury features don't stop there. The Bentayga EWB is offered with a number of new plush trim options, which include a new intricate kind of diamond quilting, a perforation pattern for the doors that is backlit by LEDs, and a separate ionization system for the rear seats. Changes to the exterior are minimum and include a new vertically slated grille and new polished 22-inch 10-spoke alloy wheels. The Bentayga EWB that is coming to India only gets a 550 horsepower 4-liter V8 engine. Internationally, the long-wheelbase Bentayga is also available with a plug-in hybrid powertrain. The 4-litre engine enables the SUV to hit 100 from 0 in just 4.6 seconds and is said to have a top speed of 290 km an hour. This week, we've got some recall news. Maruti Suzuki and Toyota have announced recalls of over 18,000 units of their vehicles. Toyota has recalled around 1,400 units of the urban cruiser Hyryder and the Glanza that were manufactured at the same time. The recalls are announced due to a faulty airbag controller. According to a regulatory filing with the BSE, Maruti Suzuki stated that it suspects that in case of an accident, the faulty part may lead to non-deployment of the airbags and seatbelt petitioners. Both the brands also cautioned users not to use or drive their vehicles until those affected are contacted by the workshop and the part is replaced. The brands have also stated that the parts will be replaced free of cost. Now, let's take a look at the latest happenings from the world of two-wheelers of India. The week started with the launch of Royal Enfield's Super Meteor 650. Launched in 3 color variants, the most affordable variant is the Astral, costing 3.49 lakh rupees. The mid-tier Interstellar is priced at 3.64 lakh rupees, and the range-topping Celestial costs 3.79 lakh rupees. The entry-level Astral is available in 3 single-tone colors: black, blue, and green. The mid-spec Interstellar gets 2 grey and green dual-tone paint options. But other than that, these two are mechanically identical to one another. The range-topping Celestial gets a few accessories as standard, such as the large front screen, touring seats, and pillion backrest. All of these accessories are compatible with the Astral and Interstellar variants. And Royal Enfield's vast accessory catalogue will offer even more fine-tuning and customization to prospective Super Meteor 650 buyers. The Super Meteor 650 uses an all-new frame compared to the existing 650 twins and packs in a couple of Royal Enfield firsts, in the form of a beefy 43mm Showa SFF BP front fork as well as an LED headlight. The engine itself had some minor revisions compared to the existing 650 twins in the form of a different airbox and exhaust system. Peak output figures of 47 horsepower and 52 Nm stay the same, although the peak torque output arrives 500 rpm later in the rev band. Royal Enfield claims that 80% of the peak torque arrives at just 2500 rpm on the Super Meteor 650. Braking duties are taken care of by a 320mm disc at the front and 300mm unit at the rear, both paired to dual-channel ABS. The Super Meteor 650 seat height stands at 740mm, clears the ground at 135mm, and has a 241kg curb weight. A 15.7-litre fuel tank is on offer here. Bookings for the Super Meteor 650 are now open and deliveries are slated to begin on the 1st of February. And with that, we conclude this week's quick news. Thank you all for joining us and see you all next week with more news.